Okay, I think we got side by side view now. That's
Yeah.
nice. Thank you. Thank you, Shwang. So that was nice. Okay, still very okay. Hopefully, people will join. Let's see how things go, guys. We are doing it for the first time. We will be using this content. We will be posting live, and we will be using this content in future as well. So if you have joined not the live session, you probably can see everything later as well. Okay, it's just starting. Uh, so let's start. Okay. Hi, Prateek. Uh, thanks for joining, Prateek. How are you?
Yeah. Thank you, Nitin. I'm doing great. Thanks for
Good.
having me here. Yeah.
No problems. I heard that you are in New Delhi today.
Yeah. So I'm from New Delhi. I'll might
Yeah,
give a bit of
good.
background.
Yeah, go ahead. You give your intro. Look, the
Yeah.
format is absolutely casual. It's like
Yeah.
conversation uh,
Sure.
about crypto, but we're just hanging out, right? So go ahead.
Yeah.
Give your
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
introduce
Yeah.
yourself a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I'll give a quick intro. So I started my crypto journey, back in 2017. Just got to know about this magic internet money called Bitcoin, right? Got fascinated about it. Especially, I love the community side of it, right? I've never seen such a, like such a strong community elsewhere, right? In the internet ecosystem, basically. So yeah, then I got into, other investing, right? I invested in Polkadot, Binance, BNB basically early on back in Zilliqa, etc. back in 2017. Then moving on to 2018, the crash happened and all. It was back in 2017, early 18s, we all were thinking we are the smart, right? We are the smartest ones. We made a lot of money and all, right? Then yeah, the crash happened, and we learned a lot from our mistakes, right? Like we were thinking like dApp's gonna go live just right away, but we didn't really had the basic infrastructure, right? Like we didn't had DeFi protocols, we didn't had like the basic infrastructure for Web 3.0, right? Like we are what we are seeing today. Yeah, moving on to 2019, I was helping out this project Blockstack from New York. So yeah, so I was like traveling around the country. I think I've met like over 200 developers all around the country, like looking at the pain points, and basically the idea was to help them, give them grants, and give them support to build on top of Blockstack, and learned a lot there in that journey. How exactly a techie see this world of blockchain, right? We do see it as an investor, but I was basically on the other side, right? And yeah, then moving on to 2020, I joined this. At that time, it was Asia's largest DeFi platform, Noah Network. I was helping them out with growth and
Bangalore
yeah,
guys.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. No, from Bangalore. It's a Sequoia backed startup. Yeah. So then later in 2020, so I got full time into investing. As an angel investor, I backed a lot of projects. Like there is like one like Terra Virtua, which is a NFT platform, right? And then there is like
Are they
platforms
not into
like
stablecoin as well?
no. They don't. They are not into slave and coin. Though basically they are into NFTs. So they have even partnerships with like the real partnerships, not like the crypto blockchain like partnership with exclusive partnership with some Netflix shows and everything, right?
Wow.
And for like creating their NFTs and digital art and for their augmented reality, right? Presenting it that way. And yeah,
What's
we
your
invested in
background? Where do you come
yeah
from? Sorry, I'm just
yeah
yeah.
yeah
We just
definitely
started. Yeah.
that's so I actually dropped out from Delhi University, and I so my family is from business background. I dropped out from Delhi University because ki shuru se we were like I was like ki I have to build something. I have to koi apna hi kuch karna hai, right? And then I went to college and saw like I can learn, I think, much more faster on the internet, right? So I just dropped out and like self learned almost everything on my own. Then I was like working here and there, just trying to find my calling, and I got into my dad's business. and we have a import business of textiles, right? And I got into that, but back in 2016 I got bored of it, to be honest, of that traditional kind of business. I got into investing full time. I started True Gain Wealth, basically, which is a wealth management company, right? And yeah, so I was growing that, then got into crypto and blockchain.
So what excites you in crypto? What's is it
Uh,
the tech? What? Yeah, tell us more.
to be honest, see, like I won't say I'm in it just for the tech. Obviously, everyone likes money, so yeah, I love making money. But yeah, I think I love the community and decentralization part of it. To be honest, right? I think crypto opens the world for almost everyone, right? I give you an example, right? Earlier, all this game of money and all like wealth was basically ran by Wall Street. Now what crypto do is, or what DeFi do is, it gives equal opportunity to everyone. Even you don't even need an identity. You can literally be a Ethereum address. It doesn't differentiate between whether you are from some college
Asia, or
like
Europe, or
yeah,
US, or wherever. Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
yeah, or maybe
Yeah,
maybe from MIT, or it doesn't like care about your pedigree. It doesn't care about your religion or anything, right? So I think that's something like I'm most interested about, someone a analyst in a like working for a top hedge fund in Silicon Valley, or in Wall Street, or someone like a techie who's living in, or just a random person who's living in a tier 2 or tier 3 city like India, right? It doesn't matter, right? It's like equally accessible to everyone. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
So let me ask you. So let's go from here. Let's build on top of it. So 2017, uh, you started. 2021, we are here. What do you
yeah,
see the difference? What do you see difference between 2017? I mean, I am a 2014 guy. I had a product in hand in 2014. So
yeah,
was
yeah,
different world. It was only Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin,
yeah,
and we used to
yeah,
say,
yeah,
I remember very clearly. I was talking to there's a gentleman called David Farmer. He's one of the very senior guys in Coinbase, and we were having this conversation in London generally, and he was like, this guy called. We had a talk with this guy called Vitalik, this young 17-year-old chap, and very skinny, and he came and gave us a talk in one of our open forums in Coinbase. He said, check him out, it's very interesting. And this was like, I think 2015 or something like that. And so my world starts even before, but I want to hear from you what you see a difference from 17 to 21 now.
I think 2017 was more of a fugazi, right? What why I would say, right? Like the bubble, the real bubble. Like yeah, Bitcoin was still there, but the whole ICO mania around it, right? Like literally, people were raising like 10 million, 20, 30, whatever, $50 million for the dApps or for the products which weren't actually like fitting in didn't even have a product market fit, right? But now what I see the difference is, we are actually have protocols like Aave, or Compound, where people are like earning a yield, and maybe doing yield farming, or people are actually, there are actual users using these platforms. Obviously there are not like millions of users right now, right? It's not much.
But look,
Yeah,
I'm gonna have fun, okay? So
yeah,
because this is what people will understand, and
yeah,
it's a slightly different kind of a world, so we'll
yeah,
understand. You will
yeah,
understand. The users of all these Aave we talked
yeah,
about, and we had a session with Aave a few weeks back, and it was
yeah,
amazing. Uh, uh Aave, or Compound, or a lot of DeFi, and you talked about yield farming and stuff like that, right? And you did talk about 2017 was an ICO mania, and
yeah,
2021 is a DeFi mania, right? It's
yeah,
like, okay,
yeah,
people are not raising obnoxious amount of money, but
yeah,
there are too many projects, and last but not the least, the users which you talk about, or which we talk about, who are doing this yield farming, so to say,
yeah,
are
yeah.
are themselves, they're proud to be called as degens,
Right, right.
right? So it's still very new. So what do you think that this is here to last this time, or is it Yeah.
I'll throw a controversial
Yes.
basically statement
Yes.
here. I feel that DeFi gonna kill Wall Street in long term, right? I feel so because they have a closed ecosystem, closed doors, and this one like the DeFi, it's the money markets, it's openly accessible to everyone, right? And like what I love mostly, I agree to it. Like there are only a like very closed group until now, but I think it might gonna take some time. A lot of things are happening. A lot of DeFi protocols are getting rug proof, getting rugged, and getting
Rug
hacked and
pulled.
everything. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. Rug
I think
pulled.
down the line, one we might get bulletproof, and once that has been done, I think what DeFi gonna change in the world is about the capital efficiency, right? Like suppose like there's a like interest rates in India are like much more higher, right? If you like talk about borrowing money in India, it's just start from like I think 10% or something. Interest rates in the US or in the like Europe, etc. are like what 1 or 2%.
It depends.
Yeah,
Unsecured loans or credit card based
yeah,
payments,
right,
there
yeah,
you have to pay as high as like APRs
right,
are like
right,
24, 48%. So it's
right. Yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah,
So
yeah. It's
1 to 2%
differentiating.
for for
Yeah, yeah,
for uh, for home loans. Yes, for
yeah.
our yeah, yeah.
But the point is like there were like in the centralized model, in the centralized finance model, there are still there are borders and there are boundaries to it, right? You can't really like openly use the protocol, and especially for the retail as well, right? Suppose I have some assets, right? It's like suppose I have Ethereum, right? Or I have some Bitcoin, right? If I want some loan and don't want to sell those assets, right? And the best part is, I can just lend into these money markets like Aave or Compound right away and get the loan. And the best part is I don't need to have a bank or a centralized authority in this. And basically, even as a technology provider, Aave is not involved in that. I hold the keys. I hold my, basically my assets,
So
not the
so
other way around. Yeah.
great. So let's go a little bit more deeper. Which one was your first coin you bought or you possessed in 2017?
My
Was it
first
Bitcoin or
coin.
something else?
No. I started with Bitcoin, then I got into Ethereum, and then yeah. I basically started investing in these ICOs. Like I invested in Icon ICO, which was labeled as basically Korean Ethereum at that time, or I invested in
Did extremely
Zilliqa.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Zilliqa
But
was sharding, right?
yeah,
It is sharding
yeah.
coming
Zilliqa
on.
was
Yeah.
right on
Yeah, yeah, no,
basically
paid
sharding
there.
coming on Ethereum. Yeah,
Ethereum. Yeah.
yeah.
Means, do you follow those projects still? Do you hold them? What's your strategy?
Um, yeah. So now, like, I'm still holding some amount of Zilliqa. I sold I think it got a 50x to me, to be honest. So like, I was a bit crazy, and I thought I should sell a major part of it, right? So I sold, and I think it's much more valuable even now that before then. But yeah, I got reinvested in other projects and all. Yeah.
What are you so that was early. So the second part of the question is, what are you doing 2021?
Okay.
What
That's important.
at 56,000 Bitcoin? This is the timestamp I'm doing right now. So
Yeah.
what are
Yeah.
you what are you doing these days?
So actually, along with my partner Amod from Amplify Capital, he used to run that fund, and now we have started Block OG Capital, which is basically an incubator accelerator for early stage blockchain and crypto projects from India. What I so there is an interesting story behind it. So I'm based in Bangalore. I go and meet a lot of techies, like just go out and see a lot of techies. So I feel there is a major, void, major problem we still need to solve in India, which is there are people know about tech, right? People know what to build, how to build on Ethereum, how to code in Solidity, right? How to like develop smart contracts. But what they don't know is the other side of it, like what the legal side of running a company, and how to get involved with the VCs, how to raise funds from them, how to approach them, right? There is a proper format to that, right? And then how to connect with basically how to build the community around your project, because
Correct.
that's the most important part. And then how to connect with the influencers, basically it's again very very. It's something though I don't like it much because there is a lot of shilling happening in crypto space. But it's again a very important part. It's just like the dikta hai wo bikta hai, right? So you have to do, right. So we help them with our incubated project with that, and then when we basically help them getting listed on some top tier exchanges like tier one exchanges, and to IDO platforms like Polka Startup, etc., and basically help them to integrate and partnership with
So
our
what would, yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to because I have one question. So what do you think is the, because we did touch upon ICO world,
right.
20, 50, $100 million raises, right? Those
Yeah,
times, right?
yeah,
Means not only that, means some of those just billions of dollars of raises.
right.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
do you think is a good amount or decent or a, or a palatable amount of raise the new crypto startups should be looking at or
I
are
think,
doing it or you are
yeah.
comfortable with?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it should be, between, I think like somewhere between 1.1, 1.52. I think maxes should be, less than 4 million or something in the starting, right? It shouldn't be a big raise. Like even 4 million should be, at least you should have a product, like some level of product ready, or maybe some kind of adoption, because, the mistake projects are doing, trying to getting greedy and raise like right away a very big amount. It's not good. It's better to raise a small amount. I think about maybe less than $2 million, so you can at least have a runway of 18 months for a startup. And if that works, if that projects get validated, the idea gets validated, you always have the treasury tokens in your like with you, so you can
In your
always
treasury.
do OTC deals, or or sell them off the market in OTC and etc., and raise further funding, right?
Yeah.
But the important point is, like, you shouldn't raise much amount, because if the project fails, so ultimately investor lose interest, and it spoils the whole ecosystem, right?
Yeah.
If your idea is good, it should be validated right away. I think 1.2 million is enough to build a product and get the idea validated and everything, right? Yeah,
So let's compare this a little bit, okay? Just so think about the old ways of raising money, VC money, sitting in
yeah,
Silicon Valley, right?
yeah,
On a sheet of paper, on a sheet of presentation, Silicon Valley, you raise $5-10 million.
yeah,
That's the seed capital, or which
right,
seed round which people raise, right? 5 million is there. If you it's kind of a dichotomy, right? So if you go to investors and say, hey, I'm only raising 500,000, 1 million, I want to do a product market fit and all that stuff, the investor is like, I don't know. Okay, am I interested or not? Am I going to get a decent deal about this or not? Are
yeah,
you yourself confident about the product itself, right?
yeah,
So it's like that kind of a world also exists.
yeah,
So a lot of time I have seen that some of the startups just fill their bags as much as the money they can get, and they'll
yeah,
say, okay, well, we'll figure it out. Remember
yeah.
this company called 21.co, if you remember?
No, no, I haven't.
Oh, so okay, so
Yeah.
you're a little bit, little younger. But 21.co, this was a company, because that time mining was, this is 2015-16. Okay, this was mining was becoming extremely popular. Okay, and mining and GPU mining and this and that was coming up. Okay, and this 21 go, and they said that we're going to raise. They raised obnoxious $125 million on a thought
Wow.
process that you can mine on any device, means
Yeah.
on a Pi, right? And the concept went is that, hey, you should have a chip connected to Wi-Fi and put it in the electric point, right? In a bulb,
Wow.
and then that'll mine for you, etc., etc. Raised
Okay.
obnoxious, I remember, obnoxious amount of money.
Yeah.
Nowhere, not even existing, right? So,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
um, yeah. So
I think.
not existing,
Yeah.
but they changed their model significantly. That concept never worked out. But sometimes just whenever raising in the early days of $125 million.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy, to be honest. It's just about like, maybe I feel it's just about maybe getting an unfair advantage of like FOMOing up VCs, because right, the investing world, it's all about FOMO, right? Like once one VC backs a project, or everyone else just throw away their money literally, right? Like it goes like that. It's all FOMO. Investing is FOMO. But it's
So do you get into FOMO?
to be honest,
Sorry, putting you
to,
on the spot.
yeah, obviously. So FOMO works, right? It's like, like if I see, like suppose we FOMO about, a good entrepreneur, a good founder. Sometimes we FOMO about, a good idea. Sometimes some tier one VC, maybe, A16Z is coming. Yeah, obviously there must be something, right? So, yeah, we all FOMO, right? Yeah.
So we did. So I mean, one of my I was lucky to get uh, some bit in Casper Labs, and
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh my God, there's so much of FOMO after that," and people were like, "Oh, you were lucky, 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 lucky." Do you
Oh.
think that now there are more investors or more projects? What's the balance at today?
So yeah, actually, to be very honest, there are a lot of projects coming up, but most of them are, again, white paper projects. Nothing much. Even that is fine. That's always happens in the industry. But it's all about choosing, the right set of founders. I think you literally bet on people in everything, right? Not just investing, right? So I think that's that. And investors, yeah, there is a lot of basically, especially retail. FOMO has came into crypto again, through because of trying to get into these IDOs, like on Polka Starter. Like there are only 200 slots available, and there are around 1 lakh takers. And obviously, because some project is doing 20x, 30x, 40x, right? This has become a new normal.
Yeah,
So yeah.
but I also see that some of these projects, right? They have means they have very high not aspirations, I would say, even dreams. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I want, I mean, raising $1 million or $2 million, that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
But oh, I want to be a bank, I want to be a Wall Street, I want to have trading, I want to do STO and security tokens and this, and I like, okay,
Yeah.
fine, this is like your, is it a kitchen sink putting everything into it? So sometimes I feel that some of these projects have just, I don't know, it just doesn't look that they will be able to reach that level. And what ends up happening is that uh, if you have that big, means the steps are more, right? So it's not only about the product building is one thing, which I think is a which which I think in Indian standpoint we are very passionate to build, right?
Yeah.
But taking to scale, bringing the number of users, the right number of users, is very important. I mean, I think that even if I draw parallel to the non-crypto economy, right, we still don't have our own version of WhatsApp, right?
Yeah.
Think about how many chat apps do you use? Let's count together.
Yeah. Yeah.
WhatsApp. I'll say
WhatsApp,
one. You tell me one.
Telegram.
Telegram. Okay. Telegram largely. I think the founder is Russian, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Then which one else? I also have a Line, which is Japan.
Yeah. I don't use Line. I use Signal. Obviously, I
Signal.
trust
Okay,
Signal
another one.
most.
But
Yeah.
Line is very specific to Japan. Then we have Kakao
Yeah.
in Korea, like
Yeah.
WeChat in
Yeah.
China,
Yeah.
right? And I don't know, maybe some more, but we don't. And we are a 1.2, 1.3 billion people, and
Right.
maybe 500, 600, 700 million people are connected to the on the phone and then on the internet.
Yeah.
But we still don't have our own our own version of Line or WeChat or a Kakao, right?
I
I
think.
think,
I think. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I think there is a reason behind it,
you get
right?
my point. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I get your point totally.
Huh.
And I think there is a major reason behind it, right?
Huh.
That is, people don't right now doesn't care much about privacy and stuff, right? People don't know like what WhatsApp is built on and everything, and the end user is always like that only, right? Now, especially, at least they're somewhat aware of Signal now, right? Like seeing Facebook might be having a backdoor to WhatsApp, right? And they might be reading your chats, and nobody likes that, right? And I
But bro,
think,
my question is, why didn't Hike take off in India?
yeah,
Right.
I think,
That's
yeah,
what I'm trying
right.
to have your view on. Right.
I think when it comes to these chatting apps and all, I think it's all about network effects, to be honest, right? So WhatsApp has built a network effect early on, right? They were much more early than Hike, right? So maybe we might talk about like, right, we're gonna use Hike because it's Indian and all, right? But people don't care much about those things, right? People gonna use those platforms
So let's
on
say
which,
why
yeah,
Kakao became popular and
yeah,
WeChat and Line became popular, but not Hike. My point, and
that's true. Yeah, yeah,
I'm not trying to pinpoint on this. I mean, I
right,
think about that's what sometimes it just bewilders me. I mean,
yeah,
think about Tinder, right? So
yeah,
we waited till Tinder launched in India. We didn't have a
right,
dating app, right? We were like,
yeah.
oh, everywhere Tinder is happening, but in India, Tinder is not happening because Tinder is not
Yeah,
live in India,
yeah.
right?
That's a very interesting point, actually. If you see like most of our unicorns, especially in India, they are
Hmm.
we are good at. I feel we are good at operations heavy, startups,
Hmm.
and what we are building. Like even most of our like unicorns, $1 billion startups like Swiggy, or call it Flipkart, or etc. etc. Most are not tech heavy. They're operations heavy mostly, right? Yeah, definitely. Some like core tech is involved there, right? But it's about more about operations rather than network effects there, right? So
You,
I think those kind of startups are in general like catching up in India. Yeah,
yeah, I also think that when you're in Bangalore and you
yeah,
can sound things better for me, but
yeah,
I also think that we as a nation, as a tech nation, okay, we have to throw that services mindset away. We
yeah,
have to think about product. Somehow we just don't think about product, and what ends up happening is that a lot of talent, a lot of entrepreneur, a lot of good tech talent doesn't join a startup, doesn't
yeah.
join a small 2 member, 3 member company,
Right,
right?
right.
We are a startup. We are small, and it takes us while to find the candidate. And the person is keen also, and then he will join, and then he will get an offer from whatever IBM. Okay,
Right.
same matching offer, IBM, and he'll choose IBM. Okay, and we know in IBM he will be. It will take whatever he's doing. It will take 6 to 9 months to go at minimum something going live. And
Yeah.
here, if you are thinking about projects or some changes, we probably will take things live within 6 to 9 days. But that's another thing which we have seen, or I have seen,
Yeah.
to
I
change
think
a
I
little bit of a
think
mindset.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel there is a reason behind it. Most of the people are not comfortable with the startups because there is a lot of hustle in the startup. It's not like you even I have been working for a startup, right? And I
Right.
so I think, and the main difference is even it's you don't care, right? Being an employee in a startup, even if it's 3 a.m., right? You have to if something related to the product you have to do. But in your 9 to 5 job, you come back home, right? And you're not much involved, mostly not involved, you're offline, right? So I think that's one thing. And another thing is about the job securities, like
Yeah. Yeah.
thousands and
Correct.
lakhs and millions of startups come, and and people don't know like which startup gonna perform well. Obviously, like and I feel like if you're a young person just passed out of college, I think the most you can learn is from working in a startup, right? You
Yes.
literally learn everything. You literally learn everything there, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like most people are not comfortable. I feel with like going out of their boundaries. Basically, I think
So,
that might be the reason. Yeah,
what do you see that in crypto world? At least we see, at least in crypto world, finding talent for a crypto company, a tech smart techie who, like you said, will be responsible even at 3 a.m. is very
yeah,
complicated. Is very
definitely.
difficult.
Yeah. In crypto, things are much more hostile, right? Suppose like I'm a founder, or I'm working for a crypto startup, especially conventional startups still they shut down, but crypto is like 24/7. Like your product is, yeah, again, yeah, like the product is live 24/7 in the conventional as well. But yeah, here it's like it's we are still very early. I feel
Also, I think
like
it's innovating faster. I
Exactly.
personally think that crypto side of world is innovating faster. Means
Right.
means if you think about last few months, let's just not even talk about years,
Yeah.
few months, we moved the DeFi craze or DeFi world was just getting into it, or we were just starting to understand what the hell Wi-Fi is, right? That's where it started,
Yeah.
yield
Yeah.
farming, etc. And then more and more happened, and then sushi happened, and now multi-chain is happening, and
Yeah.
then now Binance chain has come in, and like it's just gone crazy, and we're not even not able to common people are not even able to wrap their heads around DeFi, and we're already on NFT. I mean, we are and feel like what the hell is going on, and I think
Uh,
it's just going to go even faster to catch on, right? Yeah,
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
it's
I've
okay.
dropped off. Yeah. Yeah.
No, we
Yeah.
continued chatting. So I was just
Yeah.
saying that hey, on Sunday afternoon we are talking crypto. So the fee is this we are not sitting somewhere and having a drink. So
Yeah.
it's that's the beauty, and I think that's the passion which the crypto entrepreneurs bring. Okay,
Yeah.
and that's the dedication, that's the passion which we bring on the table. So I am more bullish. Let's talk more. So
Yeah. So
what are you more bullish in the coming world? What if someone who's watching it and wants to get involved or is sitting on the fence? What do you
yeah,
see
I
things
think
going
I
into? Yes.
think for someone like who's especially,
Keep going.
yeah, I'm audible.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm audible.
Yes.
Okay. So I see a lot of things happening, especially in the NFT ecosystem. It's very interesting, what happened with people recently. So there's this if I circle back a little bit about it, like I talk a little bit about it. So there's this artist who has been continuously creating digital art for I think more than I think if I'm not wrong, more than 10 years and posting it online. And his digital art was recently sold out for what I think more than $60 million,
Yes.
and right in form of an NFT, right? So if you talk about NFTs in general, like the artists are able to raise a lot of capital and able to auction their art online, because it's scarce. It's again, it's borderless, and it's scarce, it's digital, right? And yeah, there are as a general art, just like this painting, like behind me, right? Like there are people who love art, who does value it, and give some value to it, and then all these things going online, and going crypto through because what we have here in crypto especially is the scarcity, right? We can maintain the scarcity through blockchain and through these technologies. So I think that is something I'm very interested about. And for then I'm very much interested into this concept called liquid staking, right? um, so this is basically proof of stake model. There are two kind of model in crypto. One is proof of work, where you mine Bitcoin through your giving your hash power or something, or the other one is a more capitalist approach, where you have suppose 100 matic tokens, right? Polygon tokens, and you can stake them, and you can earn a decent fixed APR in that. Suppose like whatever it is, 20%,
It gives
30%
like
per,
obnoxious 34,
per
40%, right?
yeah. Yeah. Right. And I being an investor, like having Matic coins myself, right? Imagine the growth, right? Like I bought some Matic tokens back in I think 2018 at I think 0.002 something $0.002, and it's already I think 50x from my capital. Plus I got 30% APR on these tokens, which is in form through POS. And but the point was the tokens were locked for 21 days. So Matic has a bonding period of 21 days. Basically, suppose I have 100 Matic tokens, and if I delegate these tokens and I want to earn like 30% APR, I have to lock them up for at least for 21 days. After that only it will get unlocked, right? And right, there is a bonding period. So what liquid staking is doing, basically creating a derivative for this Matic, basically a W Matic, which is basically a synthetic of this Matic tokens, which can be further, used in DeFi protocols and can be, used in Uniswap or etc. And it increased overall capital efficiency, right? Suppose I was earning, 30% APR on Matic. Now I can use that, like I can still earn that APR, while I can also earn, the additional yield by basically maybe providing liquidity in Uniswap, right? I can earn
yeah. I'll try to
additional
find
10% or 20% capital.
I'll try and find a book here. Okay. I don't know. It just reminds me. I just remember there's a book. I don't know if have you ever read this one? It's called Traders, Guns and
No,
Money.
I haven't.
So if you ever get a chance, or means if you ever get a chance on reading, it's called Traders, Guns and Money. Okay. What you're talking about is I think very. I'll send it to you. But it's
Sure.
I think something
Sure.
No, yeah, something similar is written down in something similar happens in the Wall Street world, right? So check it out if you like. But what you're talking about is extremely interesting. And
I'm just please give me once again. It was something urgent. I'm really sorry. Yeah,
no problem.
So So you're talking about this. Yeah, that has been, always been happening since quite some time in Wall Street, like synthetics and derivatives. And now it's like happening in the crypto ecosystem, like the derivatives and all. I think, and even if you look at it, some major issues happened back in 2008, why the bubble burst, the derivative bubble and all, the housing bubble. It was definitely involved. It involved derivatives as well, like they shoot too much synthetics for pots or too much derivatives for the same assets, right? And that's the problem. I think this liquid staking, even, or we can solve through blockchain, because you can't duplicate here, because everything is literally open here, right? That's the best part of it, I think.
Do you trade? Do you trade, or you stake, or do you hodl? Do you invest? What do you do?
So I don't trade unless I have some very, like, some basic major event coming up, right? I don't trade much, right? Like if I know, like, some, maybe, like, for example, I bought some Terra Luna recently. So at, I think, six cents or something, it went to 20 cents, because there was a major anchor airdrop was coming, right? So like, if there is an event, or I know, like, this can impact the price, or maybe some partnership or something is announced, I do trade. Else I mostly hodl, or I just hodl and stake my assets, so I can earn much more. I can basically increase the percentage of my, increase the quantity of my assets.
So how do you pay your bills? Do you sell your crypto or no? Just curious. Yeah.
So I don't sell my crypto much, actually. So actually I just hodl, because I feel, why should I sell something? I see a future in crypto. I see a future in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or mostly the major crypto, right? So I see, like the value of these assets gonna increase only with time. I didn't sell my crypto when that the whole thing crashed from 20K to 3K. For maybe I did sell some small amounts, but not larger amounts, right? For the same reason, why should I sell my Bitcoin at $3,000? Because when I see a future where even I see Bitcoin trading at $1 million sometime in the future, right? So I don't really sell much. Yeah.
Where do we see you going from here? What do you see yourself doing apart from trading, investing, incubating? I heard.
I don't know. Like to be honest, I'm really liking a lot, especially the incubation part right now. Like we are like incubating a few projects, and closely working with the founders, and it gives me some different level of kick. Like we are literally building the future, like how Facebook or Google changed the world back in early. Like being early. So I feel a lot of people doesn't really get the protocol side of it. We can literally, what we are basically building right now is the basic infrastructure of the new internet, which is building up, right, on top of web 3.0, right? And I feel like there will be a much more open or broader or open internet, right? We'll be seeing down the line. Like for example, I'll give you an example, right? I don't feel comfortable with using Twitter right now, or using any centralized, especially these centralized applications. For the same reason, suppose I am a I am a investor, or I am an individual. I built my following over the years, like say 5 years or 10 years, right? I did everything I can, to maybe getting a followership of say 100K followers, right? And just one fine day, Twitter bans my account and deletes my identity from this, from this virtual world, and I'm left with nothing, right? I'm literally left with nothing. I think that's what excites me about blockchain. You can't really exclude anyone just away. You can't really delete people, right? Yeah, definitely there will be bad actors, and you can take an action against them, and there is a way to do it. I might I might explain it further if you want. Like there will be a, like how exactly are you gonna, there will be a point in the future how we'll be able
But
to moderate social
are
media.
you saying that, do you see a blockchain based in Twitter getting formed?
Definitely a blockchain based, or definitely it will be there. It's like it's inevitable, to be honest. Once we see all these things happening, right? It might take a maybe one more decade. I'm not sure, right? I was not sure about DeFi. It's gonna catch up so much soon, right? I didn't know. I used to say, to be honest, I didn't predicted it. It's gonna boom up in 2020. I used to say it might take some time, right? But yeah. So similarly, I don't know the timeline, but I definitely see it, and I feel it's inevitable because once it's all these, there might be a mass movement getting started when Twitter bans a lot of people, or or maybe like ban someone who got a followership of one say 1 million people, right? And they just ban, or something bad happens just like that. There will be a mass, what do I say, like immigration, like happening for the
Exodus,
movement. Yeah.
mass exodus. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
word.
yeah. and
Yeah,
and
mass
and we
exodus.
have, yeah, and to be honest, like I'll give a best example for that. We never knew, like earlier when we used to do meetings. Suppose like I call you, Nitin. Hey Nitin, let's meet somewhere in a cafe or something. We never thought we gonna be all like going totally online, right? And but COVID did it, right? We just need, I feel we as a humanity, we just need a trigger, right? In everything, we just need a trigger, like
A
so
tipping point.
yeah, a
Yeah, you got
tipping
it right.
point basically. So
Tipping
I
point.
think
Yeah.
that, yeah, so there will be a, I feel, a tipping point in the crypto, in the blockchain as well, where at some point people will start caring about privacy. People will start caring about these things, because like what happened in fact with Twitter sometime, some months back. There was this guy, 18-year-old guy, 19-year-old guy, who
Ah, yeah,
hacked like accounts of all the big people on Twitter, right? On like in the world, right? He could have literally started a nuclear war through that, right? And you know how it happened? How it happened? Because there was this one like that was, it's too stupid actually, but there was this,
the admin
someone has
access was.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, what spread
Yeah.
across, there. And I feel that might not happen with a social media which is run by decentralized, which is backed by decentralized nodes in the back end, and which is actually distributed, right? The architecture is totally distributed, so no one controls it. And even there can be a mechanism, like what's obviously we can't really allow illegal activities or anything like that. So there can be a mechanism accounted through, maybe through proof of stake, or sometime some kind of mechanism where we have say 1 lakh validators, right, running nodes all over the world, and they get incentivized to choose like what is good and what is bad. So the decision making becomes much more distributed. Right now Jack Dorsey mostly take the calls, right, take the shots, what's gonna happen to the Twitter, right? Overall, like I'm not saying like obviously there's a like a managing board of directors and everything is there, but still there are like what, hardly 10 or 20 or 50 or 100 people deciding about millions or billions of people. And I'm not comfortable with that, to be honest. I'm not comfortable with that. I think power should be distributed basically through like especially in social media. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, yeah, I think a long way to go still.
Yeah.
I want to make a comment here. We talked about DeFi, and we did make a small prediction, or you did make a point about that you do see that DeFi overturning Wall Street in the coming months, or in future, not months, but in future. I think that for next foreseeable future, they will coexist, and for next foreseeable future, we will see banks and Wall Street, etc., innovating and learning from the innovation which is happening in the DeFi world and adopting it. I think that's what makes it extremely smart, that the innovation is done by the new companies, and then the old economic companies also follow suit. Means, think about in banking, right? Banks never used to have these cool mobile apps. Now ICICI or HDFC's bank app has almost everything which a cool fintech platform can do. So I think that's what is going to happen. That'll be they will coexist for next several years, and then we'll see how things move. But it actually
Yeah,
forces
yeah.
them to innovate, right?
Yeah. Definitely. It gives them a lot of pressure to, innovate, right? Earlier, we have seen banking, going from, I go and deposit and like be in line and depositing the, money, and then, all the operations. Even now, it's to be honest, that's a, very valid point. Even especially banking in India right now, to be honest, it sucks. It just sucks even now, because, the like, suppose you want to open a bank account in HDFC Bank and want to open a bank account in ICICI Bank, then want to do a mutual fund and to want to do a insurance or anything, right? You still have to, fill these forms. And I sometimes we are in 2021, right? And it's still happening. Is it real? I don't
Yeah.
like it should be, there should be, even in that as well, we can use blockchains. I think I was talking to you earlier about this as well in our one of our chats, right?
I'm let's just take 1 minute or 2 minutes and talk about it. I'm extremely excited or extremely passionate about identities and KYCs on blockchain.
Yeah,
So I,
yeah,
I, I I'm a believer. I'm a big believer on bringing blockchain and crypto to masses. I think I mean, I get confused, man. I get confused, right? Like, I don't even understand what the hell is rebasing, right? I don't even understand that how you can keep on giving yield. It's just nothing else but the supply is increasing, right? So it's still, I still, and so I'm a big proponent of that. I think that making it easier for common people, and sometimes it's just because the KYCs are so complicated that they can't participate. I'm a very big proponent. I think we have like 8 9 minutes, but I want to leave one thought and go to one thought more. Okay, so 56 Bitcoin at 56 right now. Okay, 2000. So two parts to the question. What happened in 2020 that it moved from $7 8 thousand to 56 right now and counting? And do you think that can happen in 2021 as well? Do you see that
yeah.
it going to multifold from here?
I
We only
can't
talk about
really.
Bitcoin because
Yeah,
there's
yeah. I'm
because
gonna talk
everyone
about.
holds
I'm gonna
Bitcoins.
talk
It is,
about
yeah,
Bitcoin. Yeah,
and I'm not I mean, that's too big of a coin to shill, right? So you're just talking about Bitcoin. That's why. So yeah,
yeah. So,
yeah.
what happened? What I feel happened in 2020 was, there was a major crash when Bitcoin crashed to, during all the lockdowns were happening, and people like getting to know about,
4,500. Yeah.
COVID 4,500, or maybe like dropped to, I think, 3,000 or something as well. Just a small tick
Funds.
there.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And because people panicked, right? Panic sold and everything, right? Then all of us, got locked down in our homes, doing everything digitally. Then we got to know, first of all, about the power of crypto, and about the power of digital, basically
Hmm.
digital things, right? That's number one. And number two is, I believe, US was, at that time was printing money like crazy. Especially, I think they never really. I'm not sure about the real numbers.
25%, 20 to 25% of the world entire
Uh,
dollar has been printed in 2020.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think, like, people maybe became, like the investors became smart enough to understand. See, there is this digital currency which is scarce, which is backed by energy, which is backed by proof of work, electricity, which actually has a value. People accept it, right? So I think that was the, that's what kicked in, right? Like I think that changed a lot of things. Why I see, like we see Bitcoin at $56,000. Then the lot of big companies like Twitter started buying it for their own treasury from their in their own holdings. Then I think MicroStrategy came in. Then Elon finally came in, and 40K, pumped it to 50K, right? And I think it's gonna continue, right? Like these companies gonna ultimately understand, like rather than investing, just holding everything you have in fiat, they should hold at least 1 to 5% of their treasuries, their capital in Bitcoin, because it's cars. And it's still, you can't just print Bitcoin just like that. There will be only 21 million, right? There won't be much more, and it's backed by mathematics. And unlike like US dollar, which you can just, they print like brrr, there's this right.
Printer goes,
Printer goes brrr,
no, I get it. So you still see a big massive stuff happening in the Bitcoin space, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Like, see, I can't really predict. If there might be crash coming tomorrow or just next week. I can't really predict that, right? It's
No,
just
we don't talk
the way,
about today, tomorrow.
sure.
We talk about we only talk about mid to long term. We don't talk about
long term. I still feel, I think this is the best asset. If like, especially if someone is young and like in their early 20s, like I would recommend to just you know them to, this is not a financial advice, just get some skin in the game. Maybe just not much, just buy maybe 1,000 rupees or $1,000, $100 worth of Bitcoin, and try to understand the tech behind it, try to understand what's going on, and try to understand, get involved. I think this is the best industry to get in right now, for especially for youngsters who are just starting up their career right now. I think this is the best thing, just one of the best things, basically, if not best.
No, this is spectacular. We think that there will be more and more innovation and fast innovation happening. Once you get like addicted, you're addicted for life with this. So
exactly. And even to be honest, that's what happened with me. I being very honest, I came in for money, but staying in for the tech. Obviously, I still like money, but
of course,
that's what drives me now.
But so it's good to hear that you're helping startups, you're working towards your incubator. It's good to see that you have moved to our tech capital in Bangalore. It's good to see that there is so many things which you are doing in this space. I also see you're pretty bullish on some of the very smart liquidity tokens, that protocol, or you are very keen on the KYC side of stuff. So it's extremely exciting. Just one thing, we are going to close in 2 minutes, but is it only India or do you do global? What is your view? You focus towards India and
in incubation phase, it's like we do invest in international projects as well. But about incubation, we are focusing on India because we think there's a dire need in India, especially here. So obviously it's maybe like I'm more deviated towards like helping out entrepreneurs from India rather than
So what's your model? Do you take equity? Do you take position in tokens for your when you incubate?
So we basically give them like once the project is at a certain stage, right? When we think is we give, basically cut the first check, right? We invest in seed rounds and like
equity or tokens or both.
Mostly tokens we are doing right now. Equity we would love to explore, right? And right now we are doing tokens, and we take a certain small amount of part of from their tokens overall, from their, as an advisory, basically as a form of equity for providing all these services which we are like providing.
Good, very nice. Very nice. And then you help them connect and find partners, and you work through them. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect,
Yeah.
perfect.
Just to close, so we are interestingly, I would love to get you even involved in that as well. So we are incubating this DID platform right now, digital identity platform. They have been, building from quite some time. It's been, I think, more than 2 years, and very, very smart guys, very hustlers, basically, right? They're just we'll be the first check, right? And yeah, we're very excited
Very
about it.
keen. I'm
Yeah,
very
yeah,
keen in looking at. That's one of my passions
yeah,
to do. I mean, we chatted significantly about
yeah,
that, but
yeah,
solving. Look, a lot of projects promised, and I'm not trying to name them, but we all know some of them. They never did what they wanted to do. Again, those
yeah,
ICO days. So
yeah,
this
yeah,
time, this time we got to solve this, and we got to solve for forever. So, and I think the world is right time for it. I saw Binance hiring a couple of people from ex startup, so
right. Yeah,
hiring
yeah, yeah,
from there.
yeah.
So he's he's serious about that. It means, and I think the time is right to get into such kind of a project. So would love to explore together and go from there.
Definitely would love to get you involved, Nitin.
Nice, Pratik. Very nice talking to you. It was fun conversation. Sunday afternoon, well spent. Talked about crypto. That's what we love doing on this show and always. So hit us up if you have any questions. You can hit Pratik up, hit me up personally, or anything else. They're around for any questions. We'll close for the day. Thank you once again, Pratik, for joining in.
Yeah, thank you, Nitin. Thanks for having me.
It was great. Means the vibe, the energy, the
Yeah,
smiles.
yeah.
The T-shirt, I must mention.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good.
Thank you, thank you.
Chosen
Yes,
very
yes.
well. Thank you.
Yeah.
Lovely.